that's always nice. I got 4 questions to review. My number 1, 4, 5, and 10. And we got 6 minutes on the clock, so I think we can make it. Number 1. It's not working. I can't make it bigger. What a pain. Let's see. Okay, this is going to be kind of annoying. Alright. You can read it now, yeah? So this one, minus a couple typos, so it's very similar to what you saw on the 40 choice multiple choice questions. Now you notice that string 1 and string 2 are switched. Okay, string 1 comes first, that substring, then string 2. And we're interested in which of the following, when process words is printed, or is called. So you're looking at this print line, right? Result of index of string 2. String 2 is no longer at the front, it's later on, so you got to look at the size of the substring of string 1. 0 and 1, those 2 characters are taken, they're exclusive of the third one, so there are 2 letters before string 2. If you look at that index-wise, 0, 1, the first position of string 2 is in position 2. Thus, index of will return the letter B. So it's a reminder of how the index of function works. Even if you've seen the question before, it makes you think in a little bit different manner. Next up, I have question 4, so I'm going to zoom out. My question 4 was the one that dealt with the 2D array. The code got changed up a little bit. This one is cool because it uses a for each loop on its outer loop. It goes through each of the individual arrays. Those individual arrays will take the variable x temporarily as you go in the inner loop, which is controlled by this y. It looks pretty standard. Y starts at 0. You're going up to, but not including the length. That's pretty standard, so we process each element in the inner arrays, and we're adding all of them up to sum. And this one, every number gets added to sum. There doesn't look to be any funny business with sum, so I think it's E. I could be a little bit off if I didn't press all the right numbers, adding up the summation of everything from 1 up to 12. Alright, so it should be 78. I guess you can have a calculator present too during your AP exam. Okay.
Would the for each loop still work without the curly braces?
Sorry, let me, curly braces. Yeah. If statements, loops, you can omit the squiggly braces if there's just one thing inside, like one thing inside your if statement, one line of code and all that. So yes, and the AP exam likes saving space with regards to that. So pretend there's...
There are 2 lines because there's the other
Right. But there's one, that's why I said thing. There's one for loop, so that for loop is being repeated versus one line of code, if that makes sense.
I see.
Yeah. They will take little shortcuts like that. I got a specific request for number 8, so I'm going to jump down to that one and not review the other questions. Look out for block 1's video, and I'll probably make a video going over all of them. Number 8, in this one, you have stars, right? Stars of 5. So this one, you have something funny happening with a for loop. You go first, recursion, right? So how it should be drawn is when stars 5 is called, you should see a row of 5 stars get printed, right, in a row. Then you go to the new line, stars 4 gets printed. When stars 4 gets printed, the for loop repeats. Oh, what? Okay, your number 8 might be different than mine, right? Which question are you talking about? So I only got a minute left, so I want to... Which is next one? Is it number 5? Like this? This one? My end? Okay, this one, notice how it's different. So my n is a member variable, so that gets stored, right? And this case, this information is passed between thing 1 and thing 2. Or, sorry, it is known within thing 2, and it also exists in thing 1. So those calls are aware of it. This is how it's different than the original question you gave. So as you walk through it, be careful with the calls. You're always modifying my n. That information is stored and remembered, so it changes your answer. For those that need to go, you can, but those that want to stay, I will finish up this question. Spencer will find the question you're talking about. Okay, but if you don't want to stay, you all are cool and good to go. So I'm looking for an array question with 1, 2, 3 out in front. Not this one, not this one, not this one, not that one. Like this. Okay, so here's a specific question, the last one to review. Okay, values, and then you have nested loops, right? You want to know what is the value of x after this segment has been executed. So for here, you have a 2D array. You might want to draw it out like 1, 2, 3, right, as your top array, 4, 5, 6. Maybe that kind of spacing helps you to see the rows and columns, right? So J is my outer loop. It's based on values. It goes, the values.length is 2. Then we go into the inner ones and look at each of their lengths, which are 3. If J equals 0, we multiply the values times 2, okay? So that means at the first loop, I multiply all of these values and update them by 2, right? So that for that first array. So this now becomes 2, it becomes 4, it becomes 6. Uh-oh, sorry, I did that totally out of order. I didn't respect the lines of code. So one number at a time. Since j right now equals 0, I'm at k value equal to 0. So the position 0, 0 gets multiplied by 2. X, which is initially 0, now takes on that value. X currently is 2, right? I finished executing. I go back up here. Now k takes on the value of 1. J is still equal to 0. Okay, so I multiply its position, double it. It's 4. So now I add 4 to this. I'm at 6. Then I go back up. My value of k now is 2. That can still run. I'm still within my first array. So I multiply this value, double it, to turn into 6. And I add that to my x. So now I'm at 12. Now when I go update my j variable, I'm no longer at j equals 0, right? I'm at my second array. And k begins again. It starts off at 0, so I process everything here. Notice the doubling does not happen with 4, 5, and 6. And so I add their values onto 12. 12 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 gives me what? 16, 21, 27. That's why E here is the answer to number 10. This code doubled the values in the first array, added them to x, didn't double the second one, and added it to, no, it wasn't an else. Note, you may think it's an else, but this code always runs. It's not, it doesn't have that keyword there. Okay, so that's your review. Thanks for staying. Formally, you can go. Take care. If you want to meet with office hours today during Reg, send me an email. I'll invite you to the meeting. Stay warm. Take care. Email me for your further questions. Oh, what's up? All right. See ya.